All right, switching gears. Any questions now that we're we moved from fast track, now we're in the shibboleth journey. You've probably earned your fast track badge. If you haven't, you'll get to earn it Friday with me. Probably you've earned that already. I see a lot of familiar folks here. What questions do you have that you've been thinking over? Problems that you're experiencing? What can we do? Please feel free to engage.
I don't have any questions, but I've got I'm unofficially doing the 21-day mastery, and I started on Monday at 2:02, and I'm at 199 today. So,
wow.
So
good job, Vicki.
So that's I knew that there was some things coming up that I probably would wind up getting the Diet Devil, so I'm doing it unofficially. But yeah, it's great. Oh, and the mighty muffin with the ice cream. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Mercy.
Did you see my mock Sonic Blast that I posted? That was a fake picture, but it's still appetizing. So I make me some mock Sonic Blast, have been for years. I used to leave church. Now that I'm back home, I'm back in my little church, Friendship Grady in Cedartown. And when we leave church, I used to stop when I was overweight at Sonic, and I would get a Sonic Blast with quadruple Reese's. If we had a good meeting, especially, wrong reward, quadruple Reese's. It would make me so mad to get the Sonic and have just a few pieces of Reese's in it. I had to have quadruple. They would always say, what? I said, four times. Fat Bus City. Now I just make them. I make them, and they're better. I didn't put it in the recipe, but they're better if you use Egg Whites International. But I know most people don't, so I usually put unsweetened almond milk or water. But you can use the Help Smart peanut butter patties. It's so good. And then there's a berry one and a mint one. I don't do mint, but I used to make that for my partner. So the chocolate chips, you need sugar-free chocolate chips. So yesterday, purposefully, I wear a continuous glucose monitor to validate what I say works. So I eat this cheesecake that my mom makes for me. It's shibboleth approved. And without the crust, I get very little blood sugar spike. With the crust, I get a little more. I usually add sugar-free chocolate chips to it or berries. Depends on the mood. And I use Lily's, the ones with allulose typically, and I get very little increase in blood sugar. But I decided to use Hershey's chocolate chips last night. So I took those and sprinkled it on there, not even a lot. My blood sugar shot through the roof. What we teach works. How did that enhance the value of that cheesecake? Not at all, especially knowing now I'm going to be in a fat storage mode for 24 to 48 hours. So that's what we're talking about there. Vicki, you can go to my profile, if you will, and we'll send you that recipe. All you have to do is share that post about the blast, the Sonic Blast. By the way, I hope that y'all will help me. Like we used to have a Shibboleth Share Army. I've got my team in the Philippines, but I'm a one-man band trying to teach it, support it, keep it out. And I couldn't do it without the girls. But we got algorithms working against us, mad clients, all kind of stuff. So we need your help. Help post us. I try not to embarrass y'all when you share it. Help us share. Any other questions? And just to show y'all how sharing makes a difference. Analytics yesterday, because I asked for shares and help, was up like 300% in engagement. So if I could just do that daily, it would probably get us in front of people who wanted to do our program. So thank y'all for sharing. Well, any other questions or comments? Anybody? Y'all good? All right, y'all want to get into the journey? We'll do it. So just housekeeping. What are we doing? And let me know again, it doesn't hurt my feelings to get feedback. It may be something I can't do, but it's good to know what you want or what you think you want. Sometimes I know clients want something, but I've tried it and they didn't really want it, like exercise classes. So, sorry, that tickled me for some reason. Or vegan classes. They say they want it, they don't want it. But let me know how I can help. We want to give you a 360-degree wellness program. Okay, what you need, we got it covered, except for we can't buy the food and cook it and have it pre-prepared when you get home, stuff like that. Otherwise, we try to do it all. So what we're trying right now, because we noticed that when people earn the fast track badge, there's no rhyme or reason for where they go next in the website. It's all over the place, typically back to recipes, and people tend to fade away. So what we're doing is you got the fast track badge, and rather than fade away, what's next? The journey. So short nutritional topics that reinforce what you already know, that can help you make better eating decisions. We feel the more you know about how your body works and the more you know about food from not an academia standpoint, but a practical standpoint, the better you'll do. Like when I was taking this, I thought that I wanted to be a dietitian back in school. I'll be so bored. And I didn't know how to apply that stuff either because it was in academia lingo. So what we try to do is take it, break it down, make it simple, and talk about fat buses and exercise on a stalk and ways that we can connect with the information and then use it more practically in a real world setting, a real world lifestyle. So we're now in the journey and we're talking about, we're just adding to our information. So to do that, we go to the dashboard and we click journey. And again, if you're just starting with us today, you're just going with us now in the journey, the topics are not meant, like you're not missing anything if you're hearing me teach on number 11 and you're on number 1. So, but we do want you to mark each one. After you have completed 10 videos, you'll get your badge. And then you'll start seeing little pop quizzes pop up to make sure you don't need to go back and learn something, making it, I think, fun and interesting. So today we're doing number 3. We're on number 3, and I'll stop it and unpack it with you as need be. If you hear something that you would like to unpack, just let me know, get my attention, and we'll pause it and talk about it. The shibboleth journey lesson number 3. Now, we've been talking about macronutrients, micronutrients, how all of that fits into the fast track system that you've already come through and done well with. You know, we're just taking that deeper dive to help you have a better understanding of nutrition so that you can make better decisions. Understanding how your body works, I think, is so important. And when we're talking about losing weight, it's very, very important that while in a calorie deficit, that we are supporting our muscle with the proper macronutrient profile and with those micro and phytonutrients. Now, something else we really need to talk about is the vital importance of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. They are essential components of every cell in our body. We can't have life without amino acids. Proteins help in cell structure, functions of the cells, functions of the organs, and regulation of the body's tissues. So they're of vital importance. And when you're trying to lose weight and you are reducing calories below that the body needs so that you can get rid of excess fat,
if your body's not getting the essential nutrition that it needs to operate, everything slows down. Your metabolism slows down. You're not going to burn as many calories at rest. So amino acids being like the most vital nutrient that we can get in becomes even more important, because you're not getting that surplus of calories anymore. Yeah, the surplus.
I'm gonna pause that for a minute. So we've been talking a lot about amino acids. There are essential, and he'll probably cover it, essential and non-essential amino acids. Does anybody know the difference between essential and non-essential? We've talked about it before. Just want to do a checkup. This part's really important because of where our culture is going. You need to know this.
Non-essential you have to get from supplementation because it's not in the meats and vegetables.
Well, that's close. So essential means that your body cannot manufacture them itself, so that you have to have them from outside of your body. Non-essential amino acids means if your body is healthy and getting all of its other nutrient deficiencies filled, it can manufacture those amino acids. So where you get in trouble with extreme dieting, like veganism, plants do not, and there's a huge push for this, and it's going to get worse. Plants do not have all of the essential amino acids that you need for life. Without those essential amino acids, you get sick early and you die early. Plants do not have all of those aminos. The only ones that come close are soybeans, and soybeans has them all, but most soybeans are genetically modified, and too many soybeans in the diet, too much soy in the diet, can disrupt your endocrine system. Then you have hemp hearts and hemp flakes. They're almost complete, but not quite. You could live a long time off hemp hearts, but they're not quite complete. So if you were a vegan, you've got to supplement with amino acids, with vitamins, unless you know how to combine two different foods that both contain all of the essential amino acids. With plant-based eating, you have to be able to combine those foods correctly to get all those aminos in. Amino acids do so many things. Most of the shots that you're seeing, the longevity shots, are nothing more than certain bioidentical amino acids combined together to create a response from your brain where you produce more of the IGF-1 hormone or whatever. Like BPC, they call it the Wolverine drug. It's just amino acids. And it causes people to heal 3 to 4 times faster than they would otherwise. You can get this through simple organic eating with essential amino acids. You can do it the God's way, right? Meats have all of the essential amino acids. When you eat free-roaming bison or cattle or anything like that, you're getting all the amino. That's why you feel so good after you eat good quality meat. But we've talked about that. The problem with becoming a carnivore is that you will disrupt your gut health in the future. What we need is a well-balanced plate. If you're an active person, it becomes more important to preserve muscle that you take an amino acid supplement, essential aminos or branch chain aminos, especially if you're exercising, consider branch chain amino acids. That's 3 that are together, leucine, valine, isoleucine, that they come together for a specific purpose to help tone muscle, to give muscle more endurance, to help preserve muscle. When you're in a calorie deficit and you're dieting and you're in an extreme deficit, but you're just doing it from a calorie standpoint, like a lot of folks do in Weight Watchers. You know, they're getting better about promoting points plus and protein, but you can just do it with your points. I had a lady the other day that said, I'm getting to eat all this stuff that I can't eat on your program, but I'm staying below my points and I'm losing weight. Yep, you're probably losing muscle. Without amino acids, you cannot preserve muscle. And hear me on this. If I'm gonna try this darn whiteboard again, girls, we've got to get together so y'all can show me how to go back to classic mode. Don't touch my whiteboard. Don't touch it. Don't touch your screen. So in fat, you've got 3,500 calories stored in a pound of fat. Muscle per pound takes up half the space. Here's your metabolism. Cindy, let's say that me and you need 2,000 calories to maintain. The quality of those calories matter. Can't be empty. But let's say we're maintaining good quality calories, 2,000 a day, and then we're in a calorie deficit and we're controlling insulin. If we're getting in enough protein, we're going to predominantly burn fat. There's 3,500 calories we got to get at before we lose 1 pound of fat. But if we're not getting all of our amino acids, by Gwen, if we're not getting all of our amino acids, we're going to shift and burn muscle. Do you see how much quicker I can burn muscle than I can fat? By the time I burn 1 pound of fat, if I shift and burn muscle, I can burn six. For every 1 pound of fat that I burn, if I'm in efficient fat burning mode, if I can shift and be in efficient muscle burning mode, in that same time frame, I can lose 6 pounds. Let me let that soak in. Does that make sense? Can you see where people on a diet that doesn't have all the building blocks, all the amino acids that they might think early on that their diet's working, but they're losing muscle? Their body's literally eating itself. Let that sink in. That's what a lot of people do. Now, but Travis, I just want to see that number go down. It'll stop. You will have diminishing return. Watch. You will have diminishing return on that. So for every pound of muscle that I lose, I'm losing my ability to burn roughly 8 to 10 calories per hour. Before you know it, your metabolism is so sluggish because you've lost 20 pounds of muscle. You've lost, not an hour a day, I'm sorry. You've lost the ability to burn 160 more calories per day sitting on your butt. You do not want to lose muscle. That's why we start with protein, then fat, then carbohydrate. Make sense? Any questions about that?
Go back over one more time. The essential and the non-essential. Essential, where it comes from, where non-essential comes from. Go over that one more time.
So there's essential amino acids and there's non-essential. Non-essential ones, if you have a healthy body, that's a big if. If let's say that you're following shibboleth, you're taking peak performance, you got all your nutrient deficiencies filled so your body can operate right. It can manufacture amino acids that you're not consuming. It can make them itself. Then there's essential ones, meaning you have to you have to get them from your food. And if you don't get them from your food, you're looking at early onset disease, a weakened immune system. You're going to live, statistically speaking, live a lot less time on the earth. You have to have them. They're the building blocks of all life on our planet. And the only way to get them is through your food. And essential amino acids are found in abundance in quality meat. Animal foods are full of, they have a complete spectrum of amino acids. Plant foods, none of them, except for soy and maybe hemp, you could make the argument, none of them have the essential amino acids in abundance. You have to take one or more plant, 2 or more plants, and put them together to come close to getting those essentials. That's why people that adhere to a vegan lifestyle, if they're not supplementing, they usually end up worse off. Does that make sense? Should you take Catalyst on the days you don't work out? I do. I take Catalyst every day, but I do tell people if you're not working out 3-4 times a week, there's no use in taking it. You're probably getting it from your food choices. No matter what, it will allow for more muscle preservation. But what's cool about Catalyst is if you're working out, if you're using those muscles, they love to gobble up those branched chain amino acids. You'll experience more muscular tone, just a better overall appearance up under the layer of fat that's there because the muscle's much healthier. What about the supplement from the wellness company? They have beverages that have amino acids, but I'm a one-stop shop guy. If I'm eating meat, and I'm taking Peak Performance, everything else is bells and whistles. Everything else is bells and whistles. It's not just a amino acid product. It's your vitamins, minerals, herbs. You got it for the brain, for the metabolism, for the bones, for the joints. It's all encompassing.
Now, you made an interesting comment. You were talking about the Catalyst and taking it, and you were answering the question, and you said, if you're working out.
Yeah.
If you're talking about basic walking, intentional walking, what is considered working out step-wise?
Walking.
But like any amount of steps or up
No.
to and over?
Yeah, I don't consider it working out, me moving from the office to the kitchen and getting steps like that. But when I relegate time to go get my heart rate up. So if you're getting your heart rate up to the target heart rate that we suggest, and you're locking that down 20 to 30 minutes at that heart rate, that's working out. And in that case, I would definitely take Catalyst. Does that make sense? Working out to me is about heart rate. Where did your heart rate go? Like if your baseline is 56 beats a minute and you worked out and it got up to a high of 76 beats a minute, that's not working out. So we take 220 minus our age times 0.70. That's the perfect heart rate for efficient fat burning, minus 10 or plus 10. I'll try the whiteboard again. If y'all stay off of it, it's not your fault. It's my fault. I just don't know how to turn it back to classic. So you take 220. I'm 53. I subtract that. That's 167. 167 times 0.70. So my heart rate needs to be, that's 116.9. So I need to keep my heart rate 107 to 127. If I keep my heart rate in that range for 20 to 30 minutes, that's a good fat burning workout. And I'll put that calculator in the Faithfully Fit and Partner section. I'll do that ASAP so y'all have it because it's an easy code, right? Then you'll know what your target heart rate. If you're going above that, then you start getting into anaerobic, which is muscle building, and you need additional protein support. Like when I'm on my rower, my heart rate's it's not 117, it's 177. And I can't sustain that for long. So I'm not really burning fat. I'm burning some fat, but I got my heart rate too high. You want a good steady clip that's in that range I just showed. And that is if you're controlling insulin and you go for a 15,000 step walk and you stay in that heart rate zone, you're going to melt. So Kay wants to know her range. So if you come up with 7, I'm assuming that you come up with 113 as your number. So 103 to 123 would be your range. And the way I do that, we can all do it right now. Everybody ready? We're going to do it right now together. Then we'll go back to our little video. So I'm going to say, you get ready to check your pulse here. Everybody find it. Don't count yet. When I say go, you count. When I say stop, give me those beats. Ready? Everybody find it? Find your beat. Go. Stop. So mine was 14. I take that times 4. So mine's 56 at rest. So whatever your number was, multiply that times 4. What was that? I'll also tell you where you are from a cardiovascular standpoint.
Did you do a 30-second or a minute? I lost mine, so I didn't get to participate.
Oh, yeah. So you'll do it for 15 seconds. And
15 seconds. Okay.
Then multiply times 4, like K, 49. Now K, how we learn what your fit level is, like if you were with me and I was working you out, or we were on a Zoom doing a private, I'd have you run in place. I'd get your heart rate up and we would check it. Okay, y'all with me? This is not the topic, but maybe y'all have fun with it. So if I had Kay on Zoom, I'd say, all right, Kay, knee highs, girl. I'd get her going until she's out of breath. I say, let's check it. And let's say it's 150. Then I would have her sit still and breathe and relax. And we would see how long it took to get back down to her baseline. That would be our starting point for getting her in good condition. Because over time, as we lose weight and become more active, you'll get it up there still the same, but you'll get it down a lot faster. Does that make sense? You work your heart hard. We all can do that. But how quick did we get back to our baseline? That's what matters. That's a fit conditioned person. So, at first, maybe it took 5 minutes to get back to base, but in a month of training, it took 1 minute. You're just you're putting years on your life. You do not have to do the stuff that I do for long to see the benefits. You just have to do it. So we got some folks here, Darla, 184. You definitely need to go check into that. Let me know how that goes. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I didn't see that. It wasn't everyone, my bad. 66 resting, 57, 86. Yeah, feeling good, absolutely. So we can all, every day that you got your report cards coming, right? Faith, nutrition, exercise, supplementation with exercise, stretching, and walking. We just don't need all this stuff that fascinates our mind. Just this, what we just talked about, will get it done. Questions, comments about any of that? Back to amino acids. And I messed this up, so I got
Plus of calories that you were getting was mostly coming from processed foods and junk, but still it was a surplus of calories, and your body's getting more than what it needs. Therefore, it's expanding very rapidly. Now you are diminishing in size. That's a good thing. Getting rid of that excess body fat is priority number one. But again, you've got to make sure that those calories you're getting in, they are quality calories, and that begins with amino acids. Concerning human nutrition, there are 20 amino acids in total. These are classified into two categories: essential and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are those amino acids that we have to get in through our food intake. So the essential amino acids are the most important ones that we need to be getting in and focusing on, and the food groups that contain them, supplements that contain them, because if we're not getting these in, everything's going to slow down. Your body can go into that mythical starvation mode. That's an entirely different lesson. I don't really believe in that.
Okay, let's unpack this. This has been a burden to the program for 20 years. Am I gonna, if I'm not eating enough and I feel like I'm not eating enough, am I gonna go into starvation mode? There's basically no such thing for anybody here. So if we do an assessment, you've got excess fat, reserve fat, and essential fat. You must have essential fat or you will go into what they call starvation mode, which means, all that means is the calories you burn at rest per hour greatly diminish. In other words, we're barely keeping life going. We're barely keeping your fire going, your metabolic fire, because your body feels like it's starving and it can't keep burning up all this fuel or it will eat itself. Make sense? So then you have reserve fat. Most ladies that aren't professional or amateur athletes, you need, if you're looking at the assessment we do, you need almost all of that reserve fat. Especially as we age, it's not unhealthy, it's not unsightly. Keeping your body fat percentage for most of my folks, keeping it in the high 20s, 28, 29, 30, that's a good body fat percentage to shoot for. You'll have plenty of reserve fat to keep up the appearance that we want to keep up, less wrinkles, more cushion. So you need some fat. Even if you get down to reserve fat, you don't go into starvation mode. Then there's excess fat. As long as we have excess fat, even if you're not eating, and we want you to eat, but even if you're not eating, you're not going in starvation mode. They have clinics across the world where you got obese people and it saves their life because they put them on a water fast. They just don't eat, and then the fat has to go. What you can do, though, to make sure that your weight loss, not starvation mode, if you're burning muscle, it's that you're eating wrong. In order to preserve muscle, you have to use it or you'll lose it, and or you have to supplement with amino acids. But we're not going into starvation mode here. That's not a trying to be funny or knock us. I'm not going into starvation mode. I still have reserve fat. Does that make sense, everyone? Question on Facebook, I believe, from Carolyn. When I'm out walking, I can maintain my appropriate rate, but I do a lot of hills and my heart rate really jumps. That's good to run hills. Really jumps up, but it also comes right back down. That means you're in good condition. So you're going up the hill, heart rate goes up, and then as soon as you're on the downturn, or your heart rate's getting back to normal. That's good. That means you're very fit. When you're climbing hills, running hills, your heart rate's going to get up there high. So that's work. Stairmaster, running hills, climbing hills. But the good news is you're getting it back down to base quick. Any questions about the reserve or excess fat?
If you've got excess fat to get rid of, that you go in starvation mode, but your metabolic responses do slow down if you're not getting in essential amino acids that have to come in through the food that you're consuming. Rich sources of essential amino acids are typically animal proteins like meat, dairy, and eggs, but they can also be found in certain plant foods like quinoa, tofu, and buckwheat. Now, I want to bring up the ever-growing popularity of veganism right now. As you can see, we just brought up the importance of essential amino acids that have to come in from your food intake, and that if we're trying to lose body fat, it's very important that we even get more in. Now think about veganism. It's very hard to get all the essential amino acids that we need in through plants. So if you are on a plant-based diet and trying to lose weight, it becomes ultra important that you pick out some good supplementation. Of course, you're going to need some extra B vitamins because those are hard to come by in plants, but you're also going to need to make sure that you supplement with essential amino acids. It's almost impossible to get all of the building blocks of lean tissue in from plants. You can do it, but it's like you'd have to eat a truckload of plant-based foods to get in all the essential amino acids that you need. When you're not getting those in, the cellular integrity, cellular structure, cellular activity begins to break down. So you've got to make sure if you're going to be plant-based, please talk to your physician, make sure that you're getting in the correct amount of essential amino acids. Now, if you're eating a lot of animal-based foods, most likely you're getting in all the essential amino acids that you need. And once again, in summary, if you don't consume these through food, your body is not going to manufacture them. Now, there's non-essential amino acids, and these are the amino acids that your body can create on its own. So if you're not getting enough of these, very important. Now, just because I'm saying they're non-essential doesn't mean they're not important. Your body just has to manufacture them itself. And if your body's not manufacturing these non-essential amino acids, we really are going to start dealing with potential early onset disease. So amino acids are the building blocks of all life on our planet, not just the human body, but plants, every living thing, everything that lives on this planet has to have amino acids to support it. Amino acids have been shown and proven time and time again in studies to even cure many diseases. Now, I have to be careful about talking about the specific diseases that studies have, because I can get in trouble for that. You do your own research, but amino acids are of vital importance. Both essential and non-essential amino acids are vital for our health. They support various bodily functions, including building cells, repairing tissues, supporting the immune system, and aiding in nutrient absorption. That's right. If you're not getting in all of your amino acids, then you're not even absorbing the nutrition from your macros and micros. So super important. So quick summary, we need all 20 amino.
All right, that is it. How was that? Did we pick up anything that could be of use?
Well, it just kind of clicked with me why it can be, I'll just use words, really good when we have like shellfish or any kind of animal protein and we add the hemp parts to it.
Yeah.
We're just doubling up. I love the hemp bars. And so, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I can also understand why. Yes, I know you talk about taking them to the island with us and we keep them, we have those and they're great for us, but I can see why when there's other options, it's best to choose those options. And if we could couple it together, looks like there's a benefit both ways.
Absolutely. And you think, I'm being sincere. I'm not making this up. It's not hyperbole. Let's say I've got somebody 100 pounds overweight and they're just sick and tired of it. And in a world where they said, Travis, I'll do anything to fix this. I'll do what you tell me to do. I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to live there and you're going to feed me. I'll only eat what you feed me. I only do what you tell me to do. So would y'all agree 100 pounds of excess body fat that's premature death, statistically speaking? right?
Yes, that's still meat.
Yeah, and fat holds toxins. Fat holds toxins. It activates all of our genetic potential that's negative. You can't find anything good about it, right? So if I took somebody and I made sure they got adequate protein through the following food sources. So every day we got up and prayed. They eat 3 meals a day. Depending on how many ounces of meat, I provided them organic, wild-caught, free-roaming, lean proteins cooked in MCT oil, seasoned perfectly, with 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts or hemp flakes only. They took peak performance, and I could make them walk 15,000 steps a day. In 3 months, they would drop 100 pounds. They would preserve almost all of their muscle. They would have completely reinvented themselves, be a new person. Mental health would flourish, assuming that they didn't have financial problems. Everything would be better. A person would drop 100 pounds of fat like that, because putting those 2 foods together gives you everything you need, except we need some advantages with B vitamins. We need some advantages with bones and joint health. We need some advantages with probiotics and prebiotics. But I could take somebody and do that, and in 12 weeks, no one would know them. You go back and look at my old pictures I've got laying on the desk. I'll bring them one day. I'm not saying I look good, but I don't even look like the same person. Even my facial structure has changed. So when you feed good living lean tissue and starve off the toxic filled fat, everything about you change. And 2, the reason I've changed, even my brain produces different IGF hormones at night, because I'm consistent with my collagen, my vitamins, I was consistent before all this turnover exercise, and I'm getting back to it. And then if I just eat meat and hemp, it's over. It's over. Just that is worthy of a program by itself. The only problem that's all I would teach. But I know that we need more variety to make a lifestyle out of it, or you could do all that hard work and then put it right back on. Still have to have variety. But later, like if you went to boot camp, maybe that's what we need, is a boot camp. It'd have to be a virtual one. But
We've jokingly said, the 3 of us up here, that we need to buy a house, and we need a shibboleth house. And we need, because you're not far from us, then you could come up here and teach and but we cook for them, and we take them out for walks and all of that. So yeah.
Yeah, and you can do this anywhere. If it's something y'all are interested in, I can prove it to you. But it's like I can go to a restaurant, and it's so easy because I can order any meat and just put hemp hearts on it. And every restaurant would be approved, the home's approved. You just have to watch out for focusing on the things that you can't have, because then FOMO takes over. But fun stuff. Hemp hearts and meat, the best of both worlds, the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. But you have to fill in those nutrient gaps. You just have to. You may be taking, I tell people every day, I'm not just trying to sell peak performance. For example, on it, I don't make a dime off of it. They have total human health. You don't want to do peak performance, do total human health. Absorbable vitamins make a difference. They make a difference. You get those switches working right again. Anybody else?
Well, I have something to say, and it's to Cindy, and I agree with her. That's where she is. And her words were, that's where I'm still at, or I'm still at 100 pounds. I agree with that, but that's not where you're going, sister. That's not where you're going. Keep that in mind. We are where we are today, but it ain't the end. It ain't where we're going.
Yep, I agree, and I'm gonna add on to
Thank
that. You're already there. When it happens in here, it's already happened. The Lord can see it, you can see it, the rest of the world will soon see it. Would you have category 2 with meat and hemp hearts? I wouldn't like to, that would work, Stella, that's approved. What I was saying, like, if I have some situations that I don't know how to address. I wish it was nutrition. Because if I found myself, like, if I could go, like, take Brother Charles, here's what I was saying, crazy hyperbole. I love Brother Charles. I feel for Brother Charles. He may be listening. If I could fly into him and inhabit him, I'd have his problem fixed in less than 3 months. And the quickest route there would be, I would just lock it down for 90 days. I would lock it down with lean meat, MCT, and hemp hearts, and take peak performance, and I would make him walk. It'd be over. Then we can move into variety and a new life. So what I was saying was, it's not that I couldn't now also add broccoli or squash or green beans or salad. I could and still get a good result. But I would not allow for any useless calorie to enter my mouth if I was looking for the quickest route. And the hemp hearts already are perfect with all macros. So there would be no need to add any other calorie. Does that make sense? But you still could add your veggies to it for more satisfaction. Which absorbable vitamin do I recommend? If your budget allows, the one that I take, Peak Performance Total Health. If you're trying to lose weight, Peak Performance Metabolic Health instead. Or their Vitality. They have a budget-friendly one that's called, I think, Essential Vitality, Vitality Essential. It doesn't have everything Peak does, but if you're just looking for, I just need to feel the bare minimum and know that I've covered my bases. They have one called Vitality. It's like $40. Their supplements are light years ahead of all other supplement companies by far. So that's why I go that route. There are other brands for people not interested. Sometimes when you run things down people's throat, like I do with the wellness company, they're turned off by that and they just want to do something else because of their spirit, their energy. Well, I would, if I didn't have access to this, I would do AdvoCare. If I didn't have access to AdvoCare, I would do Total Human Health from Onnit. That's what I would do. Hemp hearts or hemp flakes, can they be interchangeable? I like hemp flakes better from a fat loss standpoint. Hemp hearts are better for you. So if I'm explaining it to someone, I say hemp hearts are on a scale of 1 to 10 for overall wellness, they're a 10. From a weight loss perspective, maybe an 8 because they're higher calorie. Hemp flakes a 10 for weight loss, an 8 for wellness. But in a situation where my calories are already low, hemp hearts, they give me that full spectrum plant-based nutrition that I need. Yeah, I'm sorry, I talked too fast. Peak Performance for Metabolic Health. It's actually this one here that I'm out of. I'm back on Total Health right now. But where'd I go? Oh, here I am. That one. That's the one that I take when I'm trying to lose weight. It's complete. It lacks nothing. I used to put supplements as a minimal thing that I needed. Now it's the most important thing. And it's all because of that little word illegal. Nothing like it. Before I buy groceries, I buy that. Anybody else? And look at me, how it's working out for me. I take that every day, and collagen. Have you ever seen a 77-year-old man that looks as good as me? Cheryl, is it a fib if they know I'm fibbing? Even Father Abraham told some fibs. Thank you, Wilma. Sharon, you can set up a one-on-one with Lisa. Lisa will put you on the calendar. Keep in mind, here's the way we do those. If you're looking for personal one-on-one nutrition, it is the way I make my living. So there is a fee, unless you're wanting to talk about Advocare or Melaleuca. So if you're wanting a supplement class where we look at your unique needs, I don't charge for that. So it would be important for you to let Lisa know that you're interested in either Melaleuca or the Peak Performance or Advocare. Then we'll do a free assessment of you and give you the right recommendations that would really enhance your journey. But if it's just wanting private counsel, then I do charge for that. Let's see. Kay, where
Lisa,
you get it from the wellness company. I think there's a link, Kay. And again, same thing for you, Kay. If you're wanting to choose the right supplement options for yourself, I do those for free. I'm sorry, I heard somebody talking.
Lisa posted a question from Facebook that's quite a bit back up in the chat about turning something into a category 4.
Okay.
I just
Here
didn't
it
want you to miss it.
Mary Cassidy, thank y'all. Can I use full fat plain Greek yogurt with hemp heart flakes? You can. So full fat yogurt is already a category 4 if it's Greek plain full fat. If you add hemp hearts or hemp flakes, you're adding additional calories, and it's already going to be high in calories. That's a beautiful combination, as long as you keep your meal episode calories below 300 total. So 200 calories of the yogurt, 100 calories of hemp hearts is a perfect meal. But you don't want to go, it's pre-digested, so you don't want to go above 300 calories for that meal. Anyone else? I am doing meal plans now. It's how I make my living. I'm trying to make up the difference, and I do a good job with it. You can ask Megan. I did 30 days of meal planning for Megan based upon her likes. If anybody's want me to do that, I've got a couple of you that I'm working on yours today. You've already submitted. So you have to favorite the food you like, and then I give you, based upon your goals, I give you a perfect meal plan for a week or up to 30 days. I can do 30 days of meal planning based upon your likes and your goals. So it's $25 for a week, and it's a custom meal plan for me, and it's $100 for a month of meal planning. Anybody else? Questions? And all you gotta do is Venmo me, and I get to work within 48 hours. That's my night. I'm trying to switch my third shift job for night job that's doing something I enjoy rather than working for QT. Anybody else? Thank you. I am determined. Anybody else? Question, comment? Everybody good? We'll close with this. With the things that I said, even about meat, hemp hearts, hemp flakes. Well, by the way, I gotta show you. I can't help it. I gotta show you. I'm probably talking myself out of a payday, but anyway, look, I go to dashboard. I go to advanced meal combinations. Look at what we found. 1 plus HHF plus MCT. I click it. Why am I showing y'all this? That's why I love this website. I want 1 serving. I've clicked off some and I generate. We'll let it think a minute. That gives me ideas. And what it's saying, based upon what I just told you, if I follow these when they pop up, I'm going to melt. I'm going to melt and I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be full of vitality. So the challenge is not that we're ready. We are ready to lose weight or we wouldn't be spending time in class. We are able. There's no thyroid issue bad enough that you won't be able to lose weight. There's just no reason. We're ready and we're able, but are we willing? Are we willing? And that's where you have to work on all the W words. What is your why? Who are you in the Lord? One of the things that I've worked on recently for one-on-one clients, as I rake my brain over how do you get people to stick with it, you got to begin right. And we've got this worksheet now that I'm going to employ with one-on-one clients where I won't work with them in the future if they're not willing to rewrite their own personal constitution. Nobody's taught us this stuff. And we always have eaten willy-nilly. So it's not our fault. It's not our fault until we know to do better. If we know to do better and do it not, then it becomes on us. We have to be ready, we have to be willing, and we have to be able. I'll go back to that one. Somebody asking to show it. Should be back up now. Let's see. Yep, there it is. London broil hemp heart salad. Simple. Chicken breast hemp heart stir fry. Simple. Now it's added like Stella suggested adding fibrous carb. It did. To be true to what I said earlier, I would pull that out. Codfish hemp heart saute. But basically that's all that's in there. Turkey breast hemp flake crunch. Turkey breast, hemp flakes, coconut oil, paprika, salt and pepper, mixed leafy green. Season the turkey breast with salt, pepper, and paprika. Heat your pan with coconut oil. Once the oil is hot, add the turkey slices. Cook for about 2 minutes on each side or until golden brown. Just before turkey is done, sprinkle 1 tablespoon of hemp flakes over the turkey slices. Allow them to toast a little. Serve the turkey on a bed of 1 cup of mixed leafy greens. I'm going to use an approved dressing. 295 calories, 13 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fat. Perfection. Chicken breast MCT oil drizzle. Chicken breast, hemp hearts, asparagus, garlic, salt, pepper. Perfect. 340 calories, 38 protein, 18 from fats that don't, keep in mind, that's not a normal 18 grams of fat. That's fat that has almost no propensity to wind up on the body as fat. Gives you amazing energy, helps helps prevent early onset dementia, Alzheimer's, the perfect foods.
Now that part that you're showing right now, you showed that to us a few days ago when it was only on your side. I haven't been in the generator in a couple of days. Is that on our side yet?
That's a good question. Let me see. Can I go in as you, Cindy? Sometimes when he finds a glitch, he moves it. till he can fix it. If we're getting too many complaints about it, hold on one second. So I go in, here, oh, you don't have the advanced one, but you have this one, testing meal planning.
Yes.
Yeah, so you just don't have the big one yet. I'll tell him it's good enough to drop. So
Okay.
when I say drop, I mean drop it in the website. So
Yes.
you have that one, this one right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Does the same thing, but without the specification. You would find some of those meals if you put high intensity, but then you would also find other approved ones too. He's gonna add it where it's by the combination though, like you saw me do.
You teased us with it. So I knew it was out there.
I thought he already put it. Anybody else? Yeah, it'll be there ASAP. He probably has already asked me that I want it out there and I just missed it. I got so many coming at me. I thought it was already out. But it's done. It's good enough to start because it has to learn. It learns through data. The more input it gets, and then we look at it, and if a client's saying this was a weird one, we can easily phase that out and never do that again. Because sometimes if it thinks it will taste good together, it will tell you. Like the other day, somebody said lobster and peanut butter. And I said, I would never do that. And then somebody said they went to a restaurant where they had a peanut butter sauce with the lobster. And darn it, if I didn't look that up, and it was a real thing. So who knew? There's also going to be one where you can type in any snack like Baby Ruth and it tell you what your void replacements are. You can type in red velvet cake and it will tell you what your void replacement is. Help me with it. Help me. Anybody else? Questions, comments, anything? Good? Everybody good? Thank you to our partners, our Faithfully Fit members. We appreciate you. We'll be back live with Charles and Sandy at 1, Battle Buddies at 2. And I hope y'all have a good day. Every day matters. You can drop ounces of body fat every single day. And before you know it, the job is done. All right. Thank y'all. We'll close out in a word of prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See y'all soon.